Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I am your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. Well, I just wanted to make a very brief video to let you know that my web manager and I have added to our Third Eagle Media website Daniel chapter number 11, as it is unsealed. Remember, you cannot understand Daniel as it is printed in your Bibles. The chapter verses must be rearranged, and chapter number 11 is extremely important, especially for Americans, because just as Daniel chapter number 9 was a warning to Benjamin Netanyahu and the nation of Israel, chapter number 11 is a warning to Barack Obama and the United States of America. Now let's take a look at this chart. After you download the 3 sheets, this is what Daniel chapter number 11 Unsealed looks like. Now, as we have done with previous chapters of Daniel, you assemble either 2 or 3 pages, in this case chapter 11, 3 pages, and this way you can understand the hidden verse structure, because the first 12 verses are arranged in a 4-4-4 sequence, the following 18 verses in a 6-6-6 sequence, and the last 15 verses in a 5-5-5 sequence. And what this symbolizes is that Barack Obama, whose number is 444 in Bible prophecy, will be defeated by 666, the number of the Antichrist, who in turn will be defeated by the number 555, which symbolizes Mary's Rosary. Now, all these 45 verses and all these 18 different kings, which Daniel describes, lead up to one verse, and that is verse number 40, which describes World War III. And at the time prefixed, now that's the end times, the king of the south, and the last king of the south is Barack Obama, shall fight against him, and the king of the north, that's the last king of the north, Vladimir Putin, shall come against him like a tempest with chariots and with horsemen and with a great navy, and he shall enter into the countries and shall destroy and pass through. Now, I have already explained in a fairly extensive article on my website how Daniel sealed up his prophecy about America and Barack Obama in chapter number 11 with that 444 and 666 and 555 verse sequence. And I have also added on the website a very interesting map which shows why Vladimir Putin can qualify as the last king of the north and Barack Obama as the last king of the south. Because, don't forget, compass directions in the Bible are always taken from the city of Jerusalem. Now, Vladimir Putin was born in Leningrad, which, as you can see, is very close to the same longitude as Jerusalem. And Barack Obama's family came from Kogelo, Kenya, which is also almost the exact same longitude as Jerusalem. And what is also extremely interesting is that the distance between Jerusalem and Kogelo, Kenya is almost identical to the distance between Leningrad and Jerusalem. Kogelo is just about on the equator. Jerusalem is just about 30 degrees latitude, and Leningrad is just about 60 degrees latitude. Now, of course, I understand the White House claims that Barack Obama was born in Hawaii. However, I have a little different theory, and I can't prove this. But I suspect that Barack Obama's real father was Frank Marshall Davis. In fact, there is a very strong family resemblance, and there's a lot of videos on YouTube which show this. Barack Obama does not look at all like his supposed real father, Barack Obama Sr. I suspect that Barack Obama Sr. was probably paid to marry Obama's mother, and perhaps one of the conditions of that deal was that Obama would have to be born in Kenya, which would sort of verify the arrangement. Barack Obama's grandmother, Sarah Obama, claims that she was present at Obama's birth in Kogelo, Kenya, and she has never left Kenya. As far as qualifying for the presidency, I don't believe this is neither here nor there, because Obama's mother was a United States citizen. Personally, I believe this occurred for one reason, and that was to fulfill Bible prophecy, so that the last king of the South could be born precisely south of Jerusalem. And we know that in Bible prophecy, words like of or from are often interchangeable, and that means that the last king of the South could be the last king from the South. And we certainly know that Obama's forebears came from Kogelo, Kenya. So, in conclusion, if you want to unseal the prophecies of Daniel concerning the United States and Barack Obama in his chapter number 11, please go to my ThirdEagleMedia.com website. Download those 3 pages, assemble them together, and then you can unseal his prophecies. And while you are there, don't forget to hit the PayPal button.